Hey guys, Josh here with Living Dead Paranormal, getting ready to do the Q&A session. I appreciate everybody that dropped a question. I apologize if I missed your question. There were several hundred, so I've got about 4 pages here. We'll go through pretty quick. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button. That way, anytime we upload a new episode or new evidence, you guys will be notified. Give a shout out to everybody on Patreon. The 3 of us greatly appreciate your support. And I'm getting ready to upload a new video there here shortly. Also, the update with Vicky. I've been in contact with Vicky. The last episode we just uploaded here on YouTube. She is doing better. CPS looked into the case. We have pretty much been in contact pretty much every day since we filmed at her location. So our first question comes from Nikki Clark. Has anything ever attached itself to you? If so, how did you get rid of it? Loving the videos. New subscriber all the way from England. Thank you, Nikki, for subscribing. We have had things attached to us over the last 15 years. Fortunately, those attachments only last a week or two. I think the only serious thing was after St. Joe's, Missouri investigation, and of course the case we did up here in northern Ohio where Rocky had a lot of activity at his house. We did a cleansing and everything went away, so we have been pretty fortunate. Maria Tobin, have you ever come across the case that you couldn't be resolved? We have had a few cases where the cleansings just didn't work. I believe if anybody tells you that they can get rid of any spirit or cleanse any location, they're crazy. So we just try the best we can do and hopefully resolve the situation. Mike 19, have you ever physically been harmed during an investigation? Yes, we have. I remember specifically with me at a, was it the Crump Theater in Columbus, Indiana? It's been several years. I walked into the ladies' bathroom and something smacked me across the face. Over the years we've been hit, scratched, touched, pushed. So definitely spirits can affect you and touch you and hurt you. Alicia Cancel. What was the thing that has affected you the most during an investigation? People, location, the haunting? Probably working on cases that involve children. That's always the hardest because it takes us back to, our childhood. And plus, having kids, you just never want to see a child go through anything scary like that. So definitely cases that involve children are the hardest. And more importantly with chasing evil, because often those are very tragic endings. Wanda Lovejoy, is there one specific case that has affected you most? Probably Nevaeh Buchanan case was one of the ones that really hit us the hardest. It was the very first case we did with Chasing Evil. I think just all the research and reading about Nevaeh and the autopsy report on what happened to Nevaeh has definitely been the hardest case, I think, because we all have daughters. Wanda Rowling, will you guys be planning a meet and greet in the future for your fans? Yes, we hope to do a meet and greet sometime in the future. We were planning something this summer. Unfortunately, with the pandemic that swept across the world, a lot of that stuff has been canceled. And a lot of the events that we were supposed to speak at this year, we've kind of pulled away from just for safety reasons. So yeah, hopefully next summer we can get some events planned. We're wanting to do like a mini tour where we hit different cities around the country and meet up with you guys, the fans. We would love to do something like that. We'll try to work something out next year and get some feedback from you guys on which cities would be a good place to go to. Eles The Rebel, have you ever noticed over the years that the hauntings increased or decreased? I just had a feeling that the balance between good and evil shifted a bit from the bad side lately. Yeah, we've definitely noticed that. I think I've mentioned that a few times. It seems over the past 7-8 years, cases have definitely gotten darker and more aggressive. So, yeah, for sure. Definitely darker, and I don't know what the reason is for that, but hopefully it doesn't last. Black Claw 175, been a fan of you guys for about 8 years. What are some of the technical equipment you guys wish you could have or use, present and past? I think like FLIR camera, we've got other tools or equipment that's being developed right now. Leo Doyle, an engineer from Indianapolis, is building some pretty cool equipment that we're going to be testing out on future cases. So definitely just trying to work with engineers and develop new equipment that will be successful not only with like Chasing Evil but Paranormal Nightmare. Kevin's Spirit Communication and Research. Hey guys, will you be following up on some of the unsolved cases you've shared? Thank you for all your hard work. Many blessings. Kevin from Anderson, Indiana. Yes, Kevin, we're definitely going to follow up on especially last season of Chasing Evil. We are getting ready to start scheduling searches for Marina Bolter, the Skelton brothers. With Devonna Rothrock, I'm not quite for sure yet because a lot of that land that needs to be searched is private property. So you have to, there's just a lot of behind the scenes legal stuff that you have to work out before you go do the searches. You just can't take a canine team and go search wherever you want, especially on public property. But we are definitely going to work on those cases and hopefully have some updates here later this summer. Lindsay R., have you ever solved a case for Chasing Evil or found a legit lead for the case? We've definitely provided information that's helped solve cases, like with Jamie Beasley, for instance. You know, it kept saying Riley Street. Riley Street was searched multiple times. Unfortunately, the way Jamie's body was concealed, we just didn't see her. With Christopher Young, when law enforcement called us in to work on his case, we were on the ground for literally 2.5 hours. It kept telling us to go down the river. There was a kayak team that we sent down the river, and they located Christopher's body within 3 hours of us being in town. There's other cases that we've worked on across the country where we're not able to be on location, but we run remote spirit box sessions and we send tips into law enforcement. And I know for a fact that some of those cases, our tips and leads have helped recover the bodies. The three of us were never under the assumption that, you know, we would ask the spirits questions and they would direct us directly to where a body is. You know, there's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes into it. A lot of interviews and tracking down leads. So it's really just a lot of, you know, your normal investigations with like law enforcement and then the paranormal investigations. So we just try to do the best we can, and hopefully at the end of the day, you know, the families have some peace and some answers. Pam S., what can keep a spirit from being able to cross over? I'm not 100% for sure. I believe majority of the spirits are probably at peace. There are some things, you know, with a tragic accident, a suicide, an unsolved murder, where the spirits, you know, want that closure and need that peace. So I'm not 100% sure why some spirits cross over and others don't. Do they all cross over and they're still able to communicate to us? I'm not 100% sure. Haley Nicole, hey guys, I love what you do. You are all incredible human beings. I love watching you guys. I don't really know how to put what I have to say into words, but basically want to know, is there anything I can personally do to assure that my dad crossed over? He died in a tragic accident right up the road from us. I'm terrified he's stuck here for whatever reason. Thank you all for the families that you help and bring peace. I hope one day to find peace as well. Haley, I apologize and my condolences to you and your family for losing your dad in a tragic accident. I know that that's hard to deal with, and hopefully you personally and your family can find peace and know that your father is in a better place and that he's watching down on you guys and just wants you guys to live your life and be happy. And I have no way of knowing for sure, but I always try to, if I lose somebody that's close to me, try to remember the good times and try not to focus on the accident and them not being there with you no more. And hopefully, you know, one day soon, Haley, you'll have peace. Graham fam, have your cleansing ever failed? You are my favorite brothers. Love, Sean. Yes, we have had cleansings that didn't work. I don't want to say that they failed because, you know, we tried. But yeah, we've definitely had cleansings that just didn't work, and we've done multiple cleansings at certain locations that just didn't work. Amy Frazier, Can I do an investigation with you guys? You're literally my idols in the paranormal. We're hoping, like I said, next year do meet and greets, do some public investigations. So as we get those scheduled next summer, we'll post those and hopefully investigate with a lot of you guys. Sean Marie, do any of the three of you have nightmares on things you witnessed as kids? As far as what we witnessed as kids, not really so much anymore. We do have nightmares from different cases we work. Like I said, a lot of times that'll last a couple nights and go away. Jeff Childers, I would like to know where I can watch all the videos in full length. Jeff, if you go to our Fourman 04 YouTube channel, there's probably 250 some cases on there, or just type in Living Dead Paranormal and go to the Fourman 04 channel to bring up all of our videos. Don Pike, will you be doing more Chasing Evil shows? Yes, Don, our plan is to do more cases for Chasing Evil. Right now we're just trying to get caught up on Paranormal Nightmare. This time of the year is not really the best time of the year to do searches because everything's so overgrown with the foliage and stuff. So probably middle to late summer start working on Chasing Evil cases, and that way if we need to search we can do that as fall approaches. Roberta Hill, do you remember the first haunting case you ever went on, and how do you feel afterwards? We do. Our first case that we ever did was a residential case, and we caught the family faking evidence. I think they threw like a clothes hamper or something like that across the room. So that was kind of our introduction into family hauntings. Chastity, Country Girl, Markham. Hey guys, have you ever contacted family members that's passed on? And have you felt after investigation that the spirits follow you home? And if so, how did you know? From your biggest fan, Chastity from Kentucky. We haven't directly tried to communicate with anybody that's passed on that we know of, but we have had certain responses that we felt were family members that had passed like recently. So that definitely happens. Ruth Dunn, what precautions do you all take to prevent attachments? It's really just, the way you conduct yourself during an investigation. You try to be cautious of that so you don't have that attachment. And then with the cleansings and all that stuff, normally I'm covered with holy water and all that by the time I leave the house. So we've been pretty fortunate as far as attachments. Tan Anderson, has there been any investigations where you've stopped filming? St. Joe's, Missouri, we quit filming there. We were supposed to be out there 4 or 5 days. We quit after the 3rd day. Things just got too crazy. I believe at that time it's just something that we weren't prepared for as investigators to deal with. We were fairly new to investigating the paranormal. I think we'd only been doing it for 4 or 5 years maybe. So, Sweet Georgia Peach, have you guys ever thought about trying the NeckerBonnyPAP? I'm sure I butchered that name. It's super clear. Fans would love to be able to hear responses better. I've used it and it's very accurate. We have had multiple people talk to us about this app. We are going to get it and try it on our next investigation, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully that'll be something useful to use with Chasing Evil as well. I know sometimes the radio static can be quite annoying. Trust me, we listen to it non-stop all the time. Michelle Dennis, would love to know if you guys what you guys do to switch off once the investigation is finished. It seems like you're non-stop with some of the cases are distressing. What do you do to recharge yourself on the hard cases? We'll push hard normally for 3 or 4 months, and then you'll see us just take a break and kind of go off grid for a couple weeks. And you have to stay sane. These cases take a toll on you from researching, the interviews, the investigation, the editing. It really consumes your life there for a while. So it's good to take a break and just recharge. I like to spend time with my girls. Got 2 dogs, take them for walks, just something outdoors, and just get away from the computer and anything paranormal. Kristen Smitherman, did you guys figure out what was haunting you all as kids? No, we have not. We are still planning on going back there and doing an investigation. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's been several years leading up to it, So hopefully we can get back in there and figure out what haunted us as children. Tracey Ferber, what is the scariest thing that's happened to you guys, either filming or in your personal lives? I would say probably the scariest thing is when you're out filming, especially like Chasing Evil, and you have people come up to you and threaten you because they think that you're filming them or you shouldn't be filming in that area. So definitely anything to do with live people is scarier than anything that we face on the paranormal side. Jenni, 23, what's each of your favorite breakfast cereals? Mine would have to be Lucky Charms with almond milk. I don't eat a whole lot of cereal, but if I was going to pick one, that would be it. Josie Dumont, is there a case that you wouldn't do? I would say there are multiple cases that we wouldn't do. We don't investigate cemeteries. We wouldn't go somewhere where there was like a mass tragedy, like a school shooting or like the Pulse nightclub or anything like that, just out of respect for the people that died there and the families. You know, maybe 100 years from now, those locations would be okay to investigate. But we try to be very respectful of the spirits, the situation, and the family members that are still alive. So there are locations that we've been asked to investigate and we just won't do it. Martha Johnson. Got a page here. Have the police ever used your information on Chasing Evil? Yes, the police have used information with Chasing Evil. I know Chillicothe, we had police there with us. They were very shocked because they knew that there was evidence coming across the spirit box that they had never released to the public. So they were all kind of shocked. There are a lot of people in law enforcement that are also involved in the paranormal, so they understand how this equipment works and the technology of it. So, Melinda Marie, hi guys, I'm wondering, I know this is personal, what are your religious beliefs? Do you believe spirits are demons? And do you feel it's a sin to be ghost hunting? I don't feel it's a sin to be ghost hunting. I guess our background is Christians. You know, we try to just do the best we can, you know, live good lives and, you know, help people is our main passion. So, you know, there's a lot of worse things we could be doing out there than ghost hunting. I don't think that, you know, God is going to look at us and judge us because, you know, we were paranormal investigators. You know, we just do our little part to make the world a little bit better and hopefully bring peace to some people. Sandra Kelly, has anything ever bothered you or your kids after you visited a location? Yes, like I said, we've had small things happen, especially here at my house as well. But fortunately, a few days and everything's back to normal. So we kind of learned just if something happens, ignore it and just go about your business and it'll eventually go away. Mitch Marner, superfan. Do you guys want to be as good as Zach Bagans and his crew? Don't really want to be or try to be as good as Zach Bagans or Ghost Adventures. I respect anybody in the field that has had success. I don't think it's good to try to emulate or be jealous or envious of anybody. You know, the three of us are unique to who we are and what we do. And, you know, we hope that you guys judge us on that and appreciate the work that we do. You know, kudos to Zach and his crew and the other ghost hunting shows on TV. You know, I think they all do good work. And, you know, they should be proud of what they've created and what they've done just as we are. Sharon Baines, Josh, what are you doing to lose weight during this pandemic? It has been tough to stay out of the cookies here. Sharon, just portion control, I guess, was my big thing. Food is, I love food. I love to eat. I love ice cream. It's just, I love coconut yogurt. And then, like I said, the big thing was just exercise and portion control. That's kind of, I think I've dropped close to 30 pounds and, you know, since winter time. So anyhow, just wanted to thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing to our channel and getting us the questions. I just wanted to thank everybody on Patreon for your support. You know, the three of us greatly appreciate it. Everybody on YouTube who follows us and leaves comments. It's really the driving force that helps us stay grounded and true to who we are. And, you know, the three of us know without you guys, the fans of the shows, you know, we wouldn't have anything. So we greatly appreciate everything you guys do, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you.